blah low tuck friends, and you are our friends.
Yes.
I welcome back, Trick in the Future. I'm done with this mouse here, so I'm gonna bring you guys
There you
in
go.
and
Nice and snug.
nice and snug.
Mm.
And I'm joined once again by my friend Lord Justin Belanger of the Principality of Sealand.
Hi, yes, hello. I am that. That flag's up there somewhere. Um, hello and welcome. This is the second episode of season 2 of Trek in the Future.
Yeah,
Started the new
and
season yesterday, last week.
yep.
A little longer than a day ago, but you know.
Feels like yesterday. It's although I guess not for you. You've been having some troubles. Like you said, you lost your contact.
Uh, technically, after it was in my eye for 2 days, so that's unfortunate. I have an eye infection on account of that. Apparently my other eye is also infected, even though I wasn't having issues with that one. I guess there's like some type of situation with my eyes not doing well with the contacts. But I went to the place 2 days ago. I got eye drops and all that. So I'll be going back in about a week, see what that's all happening with that. But because of that, I wasn't able to read the book, but I have it. I have it right here. Uh,
Hopefully, I get it.
yeah, my
I got some kind of package.
I got the package with 5 books, including the one you read last week. I do have this. I just haven't read it yet on account of eye trauma and other stuff. You know, I voted this week, so there's that. You know,
Oh, you
did some
voted?
stuff. Yeah, there's a little election here, one of those where it's like you're voting on different propositions.
Oh, what did you vote for? To make uh the Star Trek theme the Texas national anthem after you guys secede.
Yes. Yeah. I know there was one about like there was like some that were for budgeting for stuff, and one was for like fixing the roads. I voted in favor of that one. My mom voted against it because she misread the amount of money they were spending. She thought it was like
Oh,
$100 billion.
$100 billion.
She's like, no way. But yeah, it was a lot less than that. About 3 zeros less than that. So. Mm.
Oh, man. So, a lot to look forward to. We're gonna talk about the episode here in a minute.
Yes.
Ad Astra per Aspera.
At
Is
Astra
that
per
Latin?
Aspera. It sounds like it. Does sound Latin.
Actually, let's look that up really quick before we start.
Oh,
So it's a
I know.
phrase.
Yeah, I know Ad Astra's a thing in the real world, not just the Star Trek world. There was that Brad Pitt movie.
It's this chatbot tells me it's a Latin phrase, to the stars through difficulties.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I see that from the AI overview on Google, which I do not trust all that much, especially
Oh,
yesterday. Right, just a quick
uh,
little tangent here. The NFL draft's happening. Yesterday was day 2 of it, so rounds 2 and 3. Uh, if you search like NFL draft round 2 earlier in the day, before the draft actually got to round 2, before that actually happened, the AI overview was like, all right, here's the people who were picked in round 2, and it started like listing off players being taken by specific teams. They were incorrect, by the way. Very
man.
incorrect.
Oh,
Oh,
you
AI.
do that.
You fools. Yeah, it's a Latin
Hey,
phrase.
I didn't even want to ask Copilot. I just put the phrase in Bing and it gave me, well, here's what Copilot says. Like, okay. Okay, thank you, Microsoft. Anyway, um, with all that beside the point, it's time for all these emails. No, it's time to review this.
Get some Fred Wardos in there. There you
Um, yeah, I different episode. It's not quite Law and Order. There wasn't enough violence or
go. I
accusations.
I liked it. I'm finding more recently that I like courtroom drama. Like Anatomy of a Fall. I saw a couple of years ago, back in 2023, was great. Juror number 8, the final Clint Eastwood directed film. And I also, for the first time, like a month ago, saw 12 Angry Men, and so I've been
That's fun.
enjoying
Yeah, I love that film.
some courtroom stuff lately. So it was pleasant for me to see a Star Trek episode in that style.
Absolutely. And let's see, let's tell the people what's going on. So homie, our main event man, Captain Pike, goes to this planet to find a different um Aurelian. Una
Mm.
is came out. Well, I guess that's the big reveal too. Is one of the things they were investigating in this episode is like how did Starfleet figure out that she's a transhumanist?
Mm.
And turns out she came out as one.
Yes,
Like
she turned
poor
herself in.
poor let's see. How do you say Lan? Like the character Christina Chong plays, like I see it and I don't know how to pronounce that. L.A. Astra.
Lon, like, I
Astra
don't know.
and
Yeah, in the previous episode, in the season premiere, we didn't really get much of Pike because he sets off to do this, and then it shows us
yeah, oh
what he
yeah,
did
that
here,
we were
and
talking.
then at some point in the episode, it kind of gets caught up to where the first episode ends because the rest of the crew get involved, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and yeah, he goes to this planet where he wasn't able to breathe. He had no
Yeah,
mask, but
or
he found
oxygen mask.
a transhumanist lawyer to
Yep,
help our transhumanist homie to
a friend
do
of hers
this
even.
case. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And what was your favorite moment in the case? Or I really liked the law part where I guess it's the end of the climax of the episode, almost just about, where she's talking about the lawyer Nira. She discusses, well, if this person was seeking asylum,
Mm.
Captain Pike gave her asylum.
Mm.
You got, like, you can't
Yeah,
punish him for doing his job.
yeah. It wasn't directly a part of the court dealio, but my favorite moment in the episode was again, I'm still not good with names for this, but there was the doctor, right, and the one lady on the Starfleet were like sitting at a table. Spock and the like lawyer or whatever for the other side, for the opposition, are having a
Uh,
conversation at another table, and the lady just keeps going like, I can't believe they're getting along so well, you know. And then the doctor says, "Oh no, they hate each other." Spock finally walks over
yeah,
afterwards, and he's like, I'm sorry for the outburst. Sorry you had to see that outburst."
I thought it was strange too because we seen him get really mad after Hemmer died. He ain't punching no like
Oh shit, I'm dead.
starship wall. Can
Yeah, it was.
you
Oh, hey, we have a possible ban evader. Okay. Thanks for the follow, possible
headphones?
ban evader, who can't hear us apparently.
Well, it's what game do you stream the most? Well, you're gonna stream the Star Trek game for the season finale.
It's true.
Yeah, it sucks that the headphones aren't working.
Yeah, they're
Well,
not hearing
they
what we're
can't
saying
even hear
anyway.
me, I guess.
Well,
Well, it's interesting to get some chat interaction
yeah.
now.
It's like the possible ban evader thing that pops up for me.
I see. Huh.
Says that their
Oh,
Twitch is monitoring them.
huh. I never heard of this in my life. Although I don't do the Twitch thing as much as you. It's been a long time.
Long
Something,
time.
something else I liked about this episode was, thinking back. Um, well, Liam, or sorry,
I think it's Lon, but
Lamb?
I'm not sure.
I think you're right, Lon. She felt bad because she thought she outed Una.
Yeah.
She put in her personal log that I was upset to find out she's a William.
Mm.
And obviously their friendship was very important. I made me think of the I, I don't remember if it was All Those Who Wander or what episode it was where no, that was I think that was the alien episode, but the
Mm.
storybook episode where
Oh, yeah.
the girl wanted the two characters to be friends and it ended up being no, it wasn't them, it was someone else because Christina Chong had the dog character.
Mm.
I totally off on
Mm.
what happened. But
Yeah, I really liked the moment in that as well, like that where she was like, she thought that she had been the cause of it. She was talking to the lawyer informed her that no, it wasn't your fault. I like the little moment they had though with the lawyer like reassuring her like that you're not guaranteed to be a horrible person because of the whole situation. Like
yeah,
you're just like anyone else, you know, capable of good or bad or both. You
yeah. I mean, shoot, they don't have a free will. Like, like how we, well, we're supposed to punish them? Like, what are we, a mob?
know.
um, and I believe, well, it was fun too. I think just recalling that guy that in that scene that you mentioned earlier. He was the on the prosecution side
Yeah,
of this court case. It's probably why Spock didn't like this dude.
had a very heated
Just
exchange with Spock.
yeah, that son of a nice lady. um, yeah, in the case, I felt like they did a decent job of trying to have the Starfleet side say, well, we had these wars happen, like, we don't want anything to happen again. And even though it's not logical, we see this all the time in
Mm,
real life. So we can't say, oh, it's ridiculous or whatever. Um, definitely better than last week's episode for
yeah,
sure. Well, I think, give it an 8 on IMDb.
I liked it. I had a good time with it. Again, I've been getting more into courtroom stuff lately, so that helps. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well, when are we gonna get you into an actual courtroom and get your ass sued?
Yeah, probably soon. Who knows?
The issue is they won't even take you to a courtroom. They'll say he's Amish, send him back to Mexico.
True. I mean, the way Trump's going, it's very possible.
Man, dude, thinking about that, I think I need to hit a caffeine, have some Dubby this week. I got Big Energy Tears,
Big
classic
energy juice.
flavor.
Classic. Classic
Yeah.
Dubby. You just take a little scoop of that, you put it in your water, shake it all up. It's good. You're good to go. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, you can even get this at a 10% discount.
Holy cow,
Yeah,
that's a lot.
you do that. You do that. You go that link right there
Like
in the chat.
10%. 10%. I think that's a lot. Like just thinking about that, like I don't think I can function with just if I lost
Mm,
10% of my body. So I
true.
lose 10% of the cost of
Yeah,
this W here.
yeah,
How do I do that?
yeah. You click that link right there, or if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description, or you can just go to w.gg and when you go to check out, put in the promo code Go for Tuck, not Go for Antuck, just Go for Tuck, all one word. That link does that automatically, and you get 10% off, just like that. Nice and easy.
It's a good flavor, a blend of the finest blueberries.
The finest blueberries.
And
They're blue, they're berries. Look at that.
yeah, and W I really enjoy it. It's a different kind of energy drink. And on their tub here. W is a powdered energy drink that replaced drink. They misspelled drink, I think. That replaces other inferior caffeine beverages. It contains zero maltodextrin. I just read this. I saw that word last week, and I still haven't figured it out.
Mm,
Zero fillers, zero artificial colors or dyes. Right? I understand that concept.
Yes.
um, like going to your main event man, Robert Kennedy Jr. No proprietary blends. The star of the show is our coffee fruit extract, which is really interesting.
Mm,
Which helps you focus with no jitters or crash, so they get
mm,
their caffeine from fruit,
yeah,
which is really cool.
good stuff. You can get it for
Good
10%
stuff.
off. It's nice and good. It has none of those bad things that it just said it doesn't have any of. That's good. Those are bad things. Even the things we don't know.
Hmm.
But we do know
Yeah,
they're
I
there.
mean, I was talking to people at AC, and they're just telling me, "Do you know this and this is in our water?" And like, I have a vague idea of what they're
Mm.
talking about, but it's like, check all these things.
Mm.
So I appreciate they're trying to make a healthier energy drink
Yeah.
better than Coca Cola.
True.
Like
True.
how much sugar is that? Just the sugar alone, like or the corn syrup, rather. Not even sugar. All right, all right. It's time for a new game. Got my
Game.
caffeine.
I failed last
Trek.
week.
Yep, you did.
Got one right, two wrong. Got to get two right to win. So it's Trek or not Trek.
Yep.
Josh will hit me with three plot lines from Star Trek, and I gotta determine if they are true or if they are false. They're not. They're real plot lines or they're not real plot lines. Last week I guessed real for all three of them, and two of them were not real.
Yep. All right. So, if you win this week, you get a free tub of Dubby. If you
That's
lose,
even more than 10% off.
yeah. If you lose, you get to talk to your friend Birder Smurf.
Oh, that's rough. I want to win this. I want to give me a free dub of Tubby instead of any communication whatsoever with that guy. Hmm,
All right,
rough.
all right. First plot line. I instead of took away my mouse to use this pad. All right. During a routine mission, Captain Picard, Gu- Guan, I haven't seen the Next Generation yet, so I don't know how to pronounce these names either. Ensign Ro Loran and Kiko O'Brien experience a transporter malfunction that physically de-ages them to 12-year-old children.
Hmm.
Though they retain their adult minds and memories, as they grapple with their new appearances and challenges they pose, the Enterprise is hijacked by a group of rogue Ferengi, with most of the new adult crew incapacitated. The de-aged officers, along with Worf's son Alexander, devise a plan to outwit the Ferengi and reclaim the ship. Their youthful appearances allow them to move unnoticed, turning the tide in their favor.
See, that does sound like something I could very easily see being a Star Trek episode. But I mean, you got me last week with two of them. So,
Mm-hmm.
this is tough. This is tough.
Mm,
Mm,
yeah.
I'm gonna say false, not real.
This is a real Star Trek
Ah,
The Next Generation episode titled Rascals.
I knew I should have went true. Knew it should have went real.
It's okay. I know you want to talk to murders.
All right.
Number two, Quark is hired by a Borgian woman, Vatrick Perella, to retrieve a hidden strongbox from her late husband's former shop on Deep Space Nine. Inside, Quark discovers a list of Bajoran names. Before he can investigate further, he's attacked and the list is stolen. The
Hmm.
incident prompts Odo to reopen a 5-year-old murder case from the Carcidian occupation era, during which the. I know I said that wrong. Like, I did see some YouTube on this. Sorry. During which he first met Kara Nerez, As Oda delves into the past, he uncovers secrets that challenge his perceptions of justice and trust, particularly concerning Kara's involvement in the resistance and the original murder.
Hmm. Okay, you know what?
Kardashian, I think that's how it's supposed. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go real.
This is a real Star Trek Deep
Hey.
Space Nine episode
I'm
titled
still in it.
Necessary Evil.
Okay, I'm still in it. So we had two that are real to start this. Now the thing is, they could all be real. There's no you don't need to throw a fake one in. So
Yeah.
still unsure, but I'm still in it. Still in it.
Alright. Alright. The USS. You're still in it. Sorry, I should acknowledge that. Because this is a big stake. The USS Chertos is en route to a diplomatic conference when Ensign Beckett Mariner, Mariner? Mariner? Discovers that Ensign Brad Bullimer has been boasting about his chess prowess. Determined to challenge him, Beckett accepts a high stakes match. The loser must handle all janitorial duties for a month. Seeking an edge, Beckett enlists the help of Lita, Lita, the former Dabo girl from Deep Space Nine, now a Federation cultural and God, I've always had trouble with this word. Liaison. Okay, sorry. Lita introduces Beckett to a strategic and the intricacies of Daba, aiming to enhance her tactical training. Meanwhile, Brad, ever to overprepare, immerses himself in the Vulcan chess manuals and even consults a holographic version of Spock for guidance.
Mm. Okay. Well, like all of these, it does seem viable. Um, so my main thing now is like, would you try to do three true ones to do a little
Mm.
tricky on me? Mm. This is tough. A
I,
lot
I'll
riding on
be
this.
I'll be honest. Like what I do is I flip a coin. If
Hmm.
it's heads, I do a true one, and if it's
Okay.
tails, I do I make
Interesting.
one up. So
All right. So
it's
so there's not even that
a lot
strategic
fast.
aspect here. It's completely random. Okay. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. Three truths this time.
I made this one up.
Ah. Oh, I gotta talk to Berner now. No,
No,
the worst scenario.
no. The misery, the pain. Well, what's not painful is did you catch SpongeBob, Sponge Robert?
Yes, they did a little Paramount did a little video, minute long of a little crossover with Star Trek X SpongeBob, uh, which
It
I
came out weird. It came out weird on Paramount Plus. I watched. I'll be honest. I watched this episode 2 in the morning, just a few hours ago. Um, and um, the the ad played twice, but it was half as long.
that was weird. Hmm.
And I was watching it. I was just like thinking, why the hell? Like I was taken very aback by this. Like we see Patrick as the starship, and you flips a Krabby Patty over to Pike.
Mm.
Mr. Krabs is doing Erica's job in this advert. And I really like that Spock calls SpongeBob Sponge Robert.
So one thing that was a little strange to me, so they like they animated the SpongeBob characters for this. Like you could tell that was specifically animated for this, but they used sound bites from the show for all of their dialogue, which was weird. They didn't bring in the voice actors to do anything new for this, because I recognized everything they said in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the siren that goes off when the ship's being attacked. Is the wee oo that's from the episode where like SpongeBob is wanted.
I thought that he was doing the Wii U when he went down to the lower depths of the sea, right? Um, and a Wii U, Wii when he's really scared. I think he has a balloon, right? Or I don't know. You know SpongeBob better.
It
SpongeBob or
was Patrick doing the Wii U.
oh,
Yeah,
that's right. That's
yeah.
right.
He saw the person who was wanted, who was SpongeBob, but they didn't realize it was
That's right.
SpongeBob, even though it looked exactly like SpongeBob because it was SpongeBob.
Yeah,
That
that's
show.
right. See, I forgot it.
But yeah, it's like so they took time to animate all the SpongeBob characters there, but then they just reused sound clips from the show.
Man,
Mm,
2025.
It was fun though, fun little deal. I did like
Yeah,
the Sponge Robert. Did like that.
or Spock doing. Maybe it was this year. Imagine. Oh, cheap views on your website there. remove the, remove
Oh
it.
yeah, thanks. Fictional dribble 2F Prizj. Thank you. There you go. Get on out of here. Get on out of
All
here,
right,
you
all right,
rascal.
all right. All right. He's been phased out of existence. So uh, let's talk about Yuna coming out as a transhumanist.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Very brave of her.
yeah, we find out at some point in the episode that she's the one who turned herself in.
Yep, she did it.
Mm,
It was her.
it was her, which that led to her being exonerated at the end because of the rule that if she turns herself in and all that, she's seeking asylum, the whole shtick. So turned out for the best, and now she's got
Yeah,
that weight off her chest. She's not lying about it anymore. There you go.
and I think for this world on the side of the television screen, I feel like it's better to. I mean, you know, I know there's a lot of violence. Like you'll say, "Oh, you're a Christian." Read. I think it's better to not lie to yourself. I mean, even I mean, I guess not lie to yourself, but to show in what ways you're unique. It is terrible that a lot of LGBTQ plus people get attacked, and there's been a lot of violence against them. But I think that sort of shows the need to uh, show both support and that you're a member of that community.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, it seems like with some people, I'm not gonna say who, but it's like, oh, these people are sick and gross until like, oh, it's their family member who's like, that- like, oh, Dick Cheney's daughter being a lesbian or something. It's like, okay, it's all fine. Even though he was part of an administration that really went against gay people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and we're almost to June. Speaking of
Yeah.
Pride,
Pride
a
Month.
couple months away, but it's hopefully we get the new season of Strange New Worlds and Trekking the Future
Yeah.
by
Get
then.
the Nintendo Switch too. Even in America.
Is that will it be out
Yeah.
then?
It comes out on Brandon's birthday, June 5th.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I won't get it. Like, I think is it sold out?
Probably. I haven't tried yet. I don't have the money at the moment, but I plan to if I can if it's possible because I don't know how difficult it is right now for people trying to get it. I was gonna get it through Amazon. Like I have gift card money on
Yeah.
Amazon, so I was gonna use that towards it. But then I came to find out Amazon hasn't actually sold Nintendo products in 2 years, like firsthand.
Ah,
They only have
Oh
like
wow.
people reselling it. I don't know
Gotcha.
what happened there. I don't know what the deal is with Amazon and Nintendo. But apparently, they like canceled a bunch of like Nintendo game pre-orders in 2023, and then just haven't
It's
had
probably people's
Nintendo.
frustration with pre-orders.
But I mean, they don't even sell anything like even stuff that's already out. The only
Yeah.
Nintendo stuff on Amazon is being resold by third parties.
I still need to defeat Bentley Bear's Crystal Quest. Uh, gonna be getting new consoles.
Mm.
All right. I needed to figure. I got to figure out something to advertise for this week's episode of Trekking the Future, and change.org. There's a petition on there. Support Josh Hadley and Robert Shields at Alaska Green Party and demand public discussion. So we have these people in the Green Party who are going after me, going after Robert Shields, and when I say people, I mean like three people. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. They they
unfor-
they have their own petition. It has 3 signings, so not a
yeah,
whole lot of support for them.
yeah, and these people, it's funny. I got twice the signatures on my change. Well, I didn't make this. My friend Ed Lee made this, and I haven't signed it yet. I mean, just because I don't want to say, "Oh, Josh Hadley supports Josh Hadley," like it's sort of redundant,
Yeah.
right? I do love Robert, and I do want, I do want public discussion on this issue.
Mm.
So I like I might just sign it for all the 2 out of the 3 things that on why I should just sign my own thing. Well, I don't think it because it's in support of me also. So
Yeah.
yeah, these people been going after Robert pretty hard. And I was going over the Global Greens Charter, their rules, and I come to find out the Green Party of the United States isn't part of the global green movement of green parties.
Hmm.
That's surprising to me, and um, I guess it's understandable now because these people who um like these people, these 3 people.
Yeah.
That's the issue. There's the Green Party is so small, a big or a small amount of people can make a lot of people's lives very frustrating.
Mm.
Especially when you only need a handful of people to make decisions. They're calling themselves the Grassroots Green Party of Alaska, going after us really hard on social media, and they've been doing this to other people to where it drives them out of the green movement. So,
Yeah.
sign the petition, and let's get some discussion going. I want to know what's going on. Is this millionaires funding consultants to go after people?
And I in the description for the VOD for this, when it goes up on YouTube, I'll have that link in the description, so you can just go down there, click on it, sign it to support our pal Josh here and Robert.
Yeah. Robert, he came up with the name Trekking the Future.
Yeah,
This was
it was like his idea,
big
right?
on
Like he wanted a Star Trek centric podcast because
heard
a
it.
lot of the um ideals that Star Trek talks about are relevant.
Yep, absolutely. So check that out. Sign
Mhm.
and let's go on to this news here.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see. So
Let's
boom.
see.
There we go. All 16 characters confirmed for Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3.
It's a change between characters. So we're definitely getting Captain Christopher Pike. Surprise, surprise, played
Surprise,
by
surprise.
Austin Bond.
Could have
Captain
guessed it.
Christopher Pike remains in command of the USS Enterprise, blending his authority with compassion and admirable capacity to listen and trust his crew, just like he did in this episode.
Yeah.
Pike has emerged as the most popular captain of Star Trek on Paramount Plus era. Pike is also a gourmet chef.
Hey, chef.
Am I saying that? Gourmet?
Gourmet.
Gourmet. See,
Yeah.
I knew I was.
See, you knew it was
Okay,
wrong when you said it that way, so you're like, that's not right, and then you got there.
Gourmet, who entertains his crew in his some sumptuous captain quarters. I know I said that wrong.
I believe it's sumptuous.
When Star Trek: Strange New Worlds season 3 begins, Captain Pike must find a way to defeat the Gorn. I know I'm saying that right.
Mm.
Who also threatened the life of his love interest, Captain Marie Batel. Batel. Um, I like Batel. It
Yeah.
seems like a cooler way to say that, but
Yeah.
Beto might work. Like no
Mm.
matter what Strange New World season 3 brings, the Starship Enterprise is the best is in the best hands with Captain Pike.
Mm. And then we got Lieutenant Commander Una Chin Riley, played by Rebecca Rummage. Rummage? Not sure how to pronounce her last name. Lieutenant Commander Una Chin Riley continues her role as the best first officer in Starfleet. The aptly dubbed Number One won her court martial and asserted her status as a genetically engineered Illyrian in Star Trek: Strange New World Season 2. We just talked about that episode. No
Yeah,
longer hiding her true self, Una is even more self-assured as first officer. And what challenges Number One will confront in Strange New World Season 3 remain to be seen.
Lieutenant Spock,
Here's my
played
favorite.
by yeah, as chief. I can't even say chief. As chief science officer of the USS Enterprise, Lieutenant Spock continues his crucial role as one of Captain Pike's senior officers. Spock's personal life, however, is truly fascinating.
No?
Star Trek: Strange New World Season 3 hints that his romance with Christine Chapel is back on after their breakup in Strange New World Season 2. What?
We'll get to that at some point.
What? What? Spoiler alert, Mr. Spock needs a closer with his Vulcan fiancee, T'Pring, who paused their engagement. Spock has also a begrudging friendship with Lieutenant James T. Kirk to explore. Strange New World Season 3 also has an episode where the Starship Enterprise crew are turned into Vulcans, which leaves Spock insecure as he's only half Vulcan. Damn it, Spock.
So,
Go.
they're not even dating yet for us, right? Like, they haven't even.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, there's breakup, dang. Well, we got that to look forward to this season, I guess. Lieutenant Eric, oh, this is the one I couldn't remember the name of earlier, who was commenting on Spock's calm demeanor.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Erica Ortegas, played by Melissa Navia. Lieutenant Erica Ortegas is a fan favorite audiences can't get enough of, hence the hashtag Ortegas, being coined for the USS Enterprise's snarky helmsman. Erica spent most of Star Trek: Strange New World Season 2 wanting to join a landing party, but when she finally did, Ortegas was kidnapped, which we will see at some point,
Oh.
by the... I'm guessing that's the big Gorn situation we kept getting teased. Then Ortegas looks to feature brightly in Star Trek: Strange New World Season 3's genre-bending episodes.
Lieutenant Leon Nanuni Sai, played by Christina Chong. Where's her dog? Lieutenant Leon Nanuna Sai kicks off Star Trek: Strange New World Season 3 by being kidnapped and once again fighting her lifelong adversaries, the Gorn. Hopefully, Leon can move past her trauma with the Gorn and to continue her intriguing personal growth. The serious and closed off Leon decided. I was gonna think I'm mispronouncing it. Decided it was time to change my paradigm. Sorry, in Star Trek's first ever musical episode.
Forward to that one.
Leon fell in love with an alternative reality James T. Kirk in Star Trek: Strange New World Season 2.
Noted.
Stop telling me what happened. Whether or not Leon's mutual attraction to Lieutenant James T. Kirk will evolve into something more is a big question for Strange New World Season 3. Leon also features prominently in Strange New World Season 3's Murder Mystery episode, directed by Jonathan Frakes.
I do like your struggles to read here because every time I mess up, it doesn't seem as bad. So I like that. Oh, so I like that. We got Dr. Joseph Mbenga. Mbenga? What else pronounced? Mbenga? Played
Yeah.
by Babs Olusenmoken?
Babs is such a badass name.
Kidnapped by the Gorn. That's another one. That's three. That's three kidnapped by the Gorn so far. Dr. Joseph Mbanga will need all of his skills as an assassin to defeat the alien reptiles in Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3's premiere. Meanwhile, the USS Enterprise's chief medical officer is hiding the dark secret that he killed Klingon Ambassador Dakra in Strange New Worlds Season 2, which we will also be getting to at some point. Mbanga have to answer for it in Strange New Worlds Season 3.
Nurse Christine Chapel, played by Jess Bush.
Who has a romance with Spock, apparently.
Yeah. Nurse Christina... sorry. Christine Chapel found herself back on the Starship Enterprise after she left to pursue her fellowship in archaeological medicine. Okay, I never heard of that. In Star Trek Strange New World Season 2, when Star Trek Strange New World Season 3 begins, Christine is under pressure to find a way to save Captain Marie Patel. I feel like I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but Patel sounds nicer than Patel or Battle. From her fatal infection of corn eggs. No, I shouldn't even.
Oh no, that's not good.
Chapel's romantic life will once again be front and center in Star Trek Strange New World Season 3, which will introduce Dr. Roger Corby, who is destined to be Chapel's fiance. Thanks. However, Christine and Spock also resumed their romance. Chapel's romantic triangle is one of the most intriguing aspects of Strange New World Season 3.
Alright. And we got Ensign Yoda Uhura, who, she got some hair now, apparently, so that's cool. Ensign Yoda Uhura's personal growth, as well as her hair growth, has been a central story throughout Star Trek Strange New Worlds. In Strange New World Season 2, time for some more spoilers, Uhura embraced her crucial role as communications officer of the USS Enterprise. Uhura's growing confidence and sense of purpose will be fascinating to watch in Strange New World Season 3, as she further develops into the Lieutenant Uhura played by Nichelle Nichols in Star Trek, the original series.
Yes, lots of spoilers there.
We got this
Commander Pila, played by Carol Kane. One of the most wonderfully offbeat additions to Star Trek Strange New Worlds is Commander Pila, who replaced the late Lieutenant Hemmer as chief engineer of the USS Enterprise in Strange New Worlds Season 2. The unusually insightful Pila is a... She said it. Satellite, yeah. A species that potentially lives for thousands of years. Like, I should say live, you know. I get that word. Commander Pila will continue to be her delightfully bizarre self in Strange New Worlds Season 3.
We got Lieutenant James T. Kirk, played by Paul Wesley. Lieutenant James T. Kirk is a frequent guest aboard the USS Enterprise, even though Kirk is the newly promoted first officer of the USS Farragut. Kirk has plenty of reasons to beam aboard the Enterprise, from his older brother, Lieutenant Sam Kirk, played by Dan Genote, his new friends Spock and Uhura, and his growing attraction to Lieutenant Leon, whatever, Noonian. During Star Trek Strange New World's musical episode, Kirk confessed to Lon that his girlfriend, Carol Marcus, is pregnant.
More spoilers.
And that's one for that episode that hasn't come out yet, I think. Wait, is there a musical episode this season? I thought that was next season.
The Lady Beckett from Lower Decks will be in that episode.
Oh, nice. One of the intriguing aspects of Lieutenant Kirk's continued presence in Star Trek Strange New Worlds is the gradual assembly of Kirk's future Starship Enterprise crew in Star Trek the original series. Kirk has now met Uhura and Spock, and Jim will team up with Scotty, Martin Quinn, in Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3. Getting Scotty. Getting the old beam me up Scotty.
Yep. Talking about Scotty, Lieutenant Montgomery Scott, played by Martin Quinn. A surprise in Star Trek Strange New World Season Two's finale was another spoiler was the introduction of Lieutenant Montgomery Scott, aka Scotty, a former engineer aboard the USS Star Driver. Scotty joins Commander Pila's engineering crew aboard the Starship Enterprise in Strange New World Season 3. Scotty will be a familiar presence as he falls in love with the Enterprise and his destiny as chief engineer in Star Trek the original series.
You know, I had no clue that he was like, what is he, Scottish? Scottish?
Oh, I thought you watched the. I guess he was hardly in the.
Well, I mean, I had no clue about it until I watched the movie.
Yeah.
Like the movie happened,
Oh,
I heard
okay.
his accent, and I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. All right, Captain Marie Battelle, played by Melanie Scrofano. Captain Marie Battelle is in dire straits when Star Trek Strange New World Season 3 begins. Wonder why. Battelle was ambushed by the Gorn on Parnassus Beta, saw her
Oh,
starship, the USS Cayuga, destroyed, and Marie was infected with Gorn eggs. Fun
oh no.
times for her. Whether Battelle will survive Star Trek Strange New World Season 3's premiere and resume a romance with Captain Pike remains to be seen.
Lieutenant Sam Kirk and his mustache,
And the
played by
mustache.
Van Janot, I think.
I believe so.
The older brother of Lieutenant James C. Kirk, Lieutenant Sam Kirk, is a xenoanthropologist. Oh, studies ancient aliens or not like a History Channel, okay? On the Source of Enterprise.
Aliens.
His service on the Federation flagship is one of the few things Sam can hold over Jim. Mr. Spock does not care for his elder Kirk brother.
Hmm.
When Star Trek Strange New World Season 3 begins, Sam must survive abduction by the Gorn along with his fellow Enterprise. I should be able to say Enterprise crew members. The affable mustache Sam is a fun presence on Strange New Worlds, even though Mr. Spock does not care for the elder Kirk brother.
And we got Dr. Roger Corby, played by Cillian O'Sullivan. It's a fun name to say. The first guest star announced for Star Trek Strange New World Season 3, Cillian O'Sullivan, will appear as Dr. Roger Corby, who was referenced several times in Strange New World Season 2. Corby is the galaxy's foremost expert in archaeological medicine, and he's destined to be Nurse Christine Chapel's fiance. Star Trek Strange New Worlds will reveal their relationship, which was already over in Star Trek the original series.
Man, unknown character played by Rise Darby.
Hmm.
Rise?
I think Reese, but I'm not sure.
Reese! Sorry. Reese Darby from HBO's Our Flag Meets Death appears in a mystery role in Star Trek Strange New World Season 3. Although Star Trek fans speculate he's playing Strange New World's version of the powerful entity Trilane from Star Trek the original series, the identity of Darby's Strange New World character remains an intriguing question.
Now I don't know that guy. I don't know Reese Darby, but I do know Patton Oswalt, who will be playing an unknown Vulcan. A surprise from Star Trek Strange New World Season 3's trailer is Patton Oswalt, who is playing an unnamed Vulcan character. The beloved comic actor will appear in the Season 3 episode where the USS Enterprise crew is turned into Vulcans. Patton Oswalt is an inspired fit for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, especially if Season 3 features another Vulcan comedy episode.
Well, I'm looking forward to all that.
All of that, including all the stuff that we just got spoiled, that we'll be seeing over the next few weeks. Over the next 2 months or so.
So, some more things to look forward to is what's going on with Gopher and Tuck.
True. So, we're out here. We finally started Baldur's Gate 3. Me, Jeff, and TJ mentioned that last week. We stream it live on Twitch, and then the VOD goes up every Sunday at 2 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So the second VOD will be going up tomorrow. The day we actually stream it, if you want to catch it live, that varies depending on availability. I don't know yet what our day will be next week, but we'll find a day. We'll do some stuff. We have killed a lot of people we're not supposed to kill.
I don't know.
Yes, I mean, TJ and Jeff have a lot of experience with the game. This is my first time playing. They knew. They knew what they were in for with me. Okay, they knew. I so yeah, things are happening there. GM battle, obviously, another thing going up on Sundays. That is at noon on Sundays Central Time, with TJ doing that. That's continuing. That's having some good times with that. We got Pokemon Gaia. We got Split Fiction. Uh, we have all of those things. There's some Tuck Thursdays happening at the moment. Bunch of
Yeah,
stuff.
the card was it?
Oh yeah, trading card game shop simulator or
Yeah,
something of that nature. So that's happening. A whole bunch of stuff. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle just came out on the PS5, so we might be getting that from Tuck soon. Uh, you know, I know we also want to do. He wants to do the DLC for a game he played previously. That the game made by the Rick and Morty creators. That has the talking weapons and what have you.
oh, I was hoping there was DLC for Puyo Puyo Tetris.
um, and we got Phogs, Phogs, that we'll be doing once we finish one of our current two games, which is it stands for Physics Dogs. It's like all caps, so you think it's like an acronym or something, but no, it just means Physics Dogs. It's like a cat dog, but it's dog instead of cat dog.
Okay.
So fun stuff. But yeah, all of that, and of course, Trek in the Future. Every week at this time, and then it gets uploaded to YouTube a couple hours later, VOD at 2:00 p.m. Central Time on Saturdays, and occasionally on Sundays if we're not able to do it on Saturdays, but mostly on Saturdays. And yeah, there you go.
There you go, and their incredible backlog. Like, check out their back in 1995 playlist.
You could. It's on there. We have playlists for all of our series, and that's one of them. That's a series we did. We sure did that.
Back when they were doing Star Trek Voyager and Deep Space Nine. Revisit the glory days.
Glory days of 1995. Spoiler alert! It wasn't even 1995. They lied. They lied. I remember the moment I realized that. Like there was like a painting on the wall or something, and it said like 2003 or something. I'm just reading it. I'm like looking at it. Like that's a nice painting. Did I say 2003?
Yeah. So to wrap things up, let's discuss how do you feel about the Prime Directive after watching this episode, or not even the Prime Directive? This Starfleet's ideals. What I appreciate is the people in charge of Starfleet says how we're wrong here, or maybe they're convinced by the law that says you get to actually now that I'm discussing this with you, I'm thinking about it. They just decided there's a law that says we should do the right thing. Do you imagine like if that wasn't there, like he's seeking asylum, like would they decide maybe the law is wrong? Like I don't know, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I mean, it feels like there's a lot of room for them to improve, but they did something good this time. Again, you have a point. Like maybe they wouldn't have had that law not been in the case. And even then, it kind of felt like they still needed to make a decision rather than just being like, okay, yeah, there's a law here, and it's the right thing to do. Like they still had to kind of push the decision there, but there's definitely a lot of questionable stuff with Starfleet's ideals, and there are laws that the lawyer brought up a point that I really liked about how like slavery used to be legal, and all these different things used to be legal. There's stuff legal at the time in the show, stuff in real life that's illegal or legal, that laws have to adapt over time. Absolutely. because as we realize like what is and isn't right, and that's no different for Starfleet.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out how we feel about it ourselves. We should be starting the eugenics wars like yesterday, right? In the Star Trek timeline. I think um I think in the original series they said it started in the 90s, so we
Mm.
should be in it. We're all these transhumanists and their ah I'm sorry. Yeah. Um although like the right thing happened, should
Yeah.
celebrate that. We're gonna get more you know,
Yes. I mean, they almost took away Pike as well at the end there.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh, even though he's just trying to help. Um, yeah, thankfully the asylum rule was there.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, that was a creative argument for sure. That was a big book. The that rules and regulations, although it is a military operation and Starfleet does do a lot, so I guess there should be a lot of rules.
Mm.
They're very bureaucratic. I
Mm.
suppose I don't know, maybe not.
Mm.
They did decide, well, what Pike did was right. So,
Yeah.
um, they like we keep saying they might not have. Uh, and I'm just looking at the way this is phrased again. Yeah, a lot of there's obviously a lot of connections we can make to the real world, like a few judges are being arrested for helping immigrants by holding a door for them.
Yeah.
Like, you're able to find a law for that. I don't even think there's a law. They just like, let's just arrest these people.
Pretty
Anyway,
messed up. Yeah.
anyway, not since we're delving into politics, it's probably time to go into our outro.
Yes.
So next week's episode, they don't like we say they don't hype up like here's what's happening next week on Star Trek. Tomorrow, and no, so sorry. Tomorrow, Leon travels back to the 21st century Earth to
Hmm.
prevent an attack which will alter humanity's future history. Hey, maybe we'll get to run into her right now. We're in that century.
Maybe she's going back in time to stop 9/11.
Could be. Could be.
It could be.
9/11.
You see, Kirk getting arrested here in the little picture. Interesting. Interesting. So that'll be interesting time. Got an 8.3 on IMDb. Pretty good score.
Wow.
Mm.
That's a good score.
It is a good score. So we'll be seeing that one next week. I will try to read whatever it is I'm supposed to be reading if I got time.
Oh, hopefully my books are here. If not, I got another order that well, it says it's gonna be here Tuesday. So
Yeah. Tuesday and that.
and I actually I'd rather participate in book club too. So it's okay that we skipped a week.
Yeah.
Whatever we powered through. You're the main event man, Snoopy. Gopher. What's your next name gonna be? I mean, you might change it by the next time we do checking the future.
It's true.
What's
I'm,
your
I'm, I'm
channel
thinking, okay, I've been workshopping, and right now I'm thinking Kevin.
All right, we'll
That could be
join
Kevin.
Kevin and I next week on. We'll keep it Gopher and Tech just so that y'all don't get confused for Trek in the future.
Joining Joshua and Kevin next week for some more Trek in the future as we continue season 2. Do some reading
And playing some Trek or not Trek.
Live
Live long and prosper, my friends.
Hopefully I'll finally win one of those. Live long and prosper.